Hello Aries, welcome to Aries Moon Arcana. How are you? It's been a while. Sorry about my absence. If you'd like to learn more about my absence and what was going on during that time, you can check out the introductory video that I did for the Mercury Retrograde. That's also where you can find information about what Mercury Retrograde means. So if you're not really sure about that and maybe you're new to astrology or tarot or something like that and you want to kind of get more of an idea about Mercury Retrograde in my voice, because there's tons of articles about it everywhere forever, please feel free to check that out too. If you want to just, whatever, do whatever you want. It's all good. But that's there if you're interested. But I'd like to focus on you because that's what this video is all about. So I hope you're having a nice time, a nice June so far. So Mercury Retrograde, it's happening on June 18th and it's going to be in retrograde until July the 12th. So I want to do a reading to kind of look at what's going to be going on for that just about month period. So I pulled an oracle message to kind of like see around what energy we're working with for you guys and what this reading will be all inspired by. And we got the Tower card. That means there's something you're avoiding and shit has either hit the fan or is on its way to hitting the fan. I'm feeling like it's worsened by the fact that you've been avoiding this, whatever it is. Something that you didn't want to deal with is now, it's face to face with you. You're going to be doubling back and having to deal with things. So that's what Mercury Retrograde's really about. People always say don't travel and don't sign documents and all that crap. I prefer to look at it like, it's just kind of like you're going to have to rethink some things and go back through things that you maybe already set up or figured out, or relationships that you have been staying in or something like that. So you're going to have to like be rethinking things that you thought about before. So so there's going to be some sort of tower moment, something's going on. So I want to get deeper into that information for you guys, and without further ado, we'll bring you down to the lovely stage. I've changed it up a little bit. We've got a little background Turkish like throw here, which is beautiful. Before there was a plant here and my cat has just destroyed it, so unfortunately we can't really be working with that little guy because I gotta let him heal. So let's do this. Let's get these cards totally cleared out, all for Aries. So we want to do a Mercury Retrograde spread for Aries. We want to see what's going on with Aries. We got the Tower card, so we want to delve into that information, see what's going on. Looks like the shit is either hitting the fan, we're about to hit the fan, or it's hitting the fan again. I don't know. I think you know what I'm talking about, though. To be honest, it looks like something it feels like something that's been being avoided. And if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. So, can't avoid it forever. So let's get some cards here for our Aries for Mercury Retrograde, please. Mercury being in Cancer, so, a lot of the time that speaks to emotions, emotional things that are going on. Maybe having a hard time expressing those emotions, and something's going to feel intense. There's going to be some intense feelings flying around here. So let's see. Let's get some cards, please, for Aries for Mercury Retrograde. The Sun card. 5 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. And the Star card. So I'm almost feeling kind of like this Tower moment is a really good thing, because you're leaving something that used to be really good, and I think that you know that it used to be really good, and I think you know that it's not good anymore. It like went from the sun energy, which is like, yay, everything's lovely, and you're basking in the sunlight of it, and you feel like it's all lovely and wonderful and all good, and things are going well. And then you just don't feel that way anymore. I don't know what, this could be under any sort of context. This doesn't have to be a relationship specifically. It doesn't have to be a job specifically, but it's something, like I said, you know what I'm talking about. If you know what I mean when I say you're avoiding something happening or changing or like ending, you know what I mean. And whatever it is that you know what I'm talking about, that's the thing that felt really good for a long time or for a while. It was fulfilling. It felt good. And it's not there anymore. It's kind of being walked out on or abandoned here. That could be somebody else having abandoned you, or it could be you wanting to walk away from the warm, sunny feelings. These people are walking away from this, and walking towards, looking out into the horizon on the newer, more exciting things that could possibly be happening. So there's some feelings here. I think for you, I'm not really seeing this as the other person. I'm thinking for you, this is like, you almost feel pulled and compelled by the universe to go through this tower moment and to end this thing that's going on. It feels like it feels fated, or so it feels like the right thing to do for you. I'm not saying that it is the right thing for you to do. I'm saying you feel that it's the right thing for you to do. You're feeling like if you're walking away and looking out onto the horizon, onto something else and something new, that's when you're starting to feel more like yourself again. And like I said, I don't see it like predictive. I don't see it like that's the case. I'm just saying, I think that's how you're feeling. Is like, you can't have the sun and the stars at the same time. You know what I mean? You can have the sun and see some planets at the same time, or the moon occasionally, but you can't see the stars when the sun is out. And so you have to make some sort of a choice. Like, you're walking away from the sun and you're moving towards the stars, and the stars are more the hopeful, wishful, feeling like you're free. Like this, this star card, she's just free. She's free, and she's naked, and she's hanging out in that pool, and she's feeling really like, she's fulfilled. She's got what she needs, and she's just doing her own thing. So yeah, I'm seeing some need to kind of walk away from something, regardless of whether or not it was really giving you what you wanted or needed, because you're changing. It's almost like your priorities are changing, and it almost has nothing to do with this other situation. It's just something that's going on with you personally, and it's leading you to wanting more or something different. And so I think that that's what's going on here, is maybe the reason why this was feeling avoided is because you were still trying to figure that out. You were still trying to figure out the if that's really what you needed or what you wanted. And I see it happening, whether it's you actively pursuing it and doing it and stepping out the door or not. I see it happening regardless because of this tower. So that's basically as far as I can get with these cards. So let's get some clarity. Let's do it. All right, we've got the Sun card here. So we've got the Aries going through a bit of almost like a revolutionary feeling. I'm feeling like you're having a revolutionary moment in your feelings, in your life, what you're about. Very possible that all of the movements and everything that's going on, Black Lives Matter, it could have brought some light to you about a relationship or something. You may have had to see something about a partner that you didn't want to see, and you're like, fuck, I gotta leave, I gotta go. You're not who I thought you were. You're not cool, man. Like, you're a racist, I have to go. It's possible that that's going on, or maybe you're just seeing a lack of integrity or something. There's just something going on that's making you feel like, what? I'm realizing what my values are and what's important to me, and I gotta go follow that. And it's feeling like you've got to leave something behind. So we want to get some clarity, please, for Aries on what this Sun card is. What is this thing that's being left behind? Let's see what's going on. What are we working with here? 8 of Swords reversed, 2 of Swords reversed, 2 of Wands reversed. So the 2 of Wands reversed, I'm seeing it kind of coming up before, it's connecting to me to the 3 of Wands here. So we go from the 2 to the 3. So I'm thinking that this has something to do with not feeling like you can venture out and look to your future and see what it is that you want to do. So you've been, maybe the situation that's okay or fine, or, you know, the Sun card, this thing that you need to kind of step out on or leave, you know, it's not as great as maybe people think it is. You're kind of like, you're not really like sugarcoating things anymore with the Eight of Swords reversed. You're kind of like, you're able to be more honest with yourself and honest with other people about like, this was a real fucking problem for me, and like I had a hard time figuring out whether or not I should go, and so I just sat still and didn't really do anything, and it's made me feel really stifled. I'm seeing a lot of stifled fucking energy here with the Sun card. So, you know, whatever it was, like I said, it has its good parts, but I think it also, it affected you, stifled you. I feel stifled energy. Reversals and swords, and just like stuck in between a rock and a hard place. And maybe it's not even the fault of this situation, it's just you responding to it as the environment. I'm seeing a lot of the need for change here, because I think you haven't been very honest with yourself about how you feel about it, which can always lead to some sort of abrupt, you know, wanting to abandon a situation and a tower moment. Because, you know, if you're passive aggressive and you're not like being upfront about things or like making changes so that things go better or give you what you want, you're gonna end up unhappy. It's just the fucking way of the game, huh? You know what I'm saying? It sucks, but it's true. You gotta stand up for yourself, and I think that in this circumstance, which is very unlike you, Aries, you didn't really stand up for yourself. You weren't very honest, which is like that's not a very Aries trait from what I've seen. But something here isn't really, I don't know, it's not like adding up. You didn't tell the truth. And that's what's leading you to this point in time. So, I'm seeing some lying to yourself. Maybe the Sun card, you know, the whole basking in the glory and the glow of this situation, maybe that's just what you were telling other people. And in fact, you were actually very unhappy. So let's get into this. This is where I feel like the Tower moment is this Five of Pentacles, because this is when you're departing from the Sun card, where you want to break free. So let's get some clarity, please, on this Five of Pentacles. Like I said, I feel that this is the Tower moment, but let's get some more clarity. What's up with our Five of Pentacles here? Let's clear it up for Aries, for their Mercury retrograde. Really having to re-look at things, you know? You're having to look back at that situation, and you can't look at it with rose-colored glasses anymore. It's time to really look at it honestly. And that can be scary and really hard and painful. Don't I know it? So, let's see. Let's get some clarity, please. Five of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Death reversed. And the fucking Chariot. Holy shit. Aries. If I didn't say it was a Tower moment before, I would have said it again right here. Wheel of Fortune. You want to get back to feeling like anything is possible. You're really rolling the dice here. You're rolling the motherfucking dice. You want to get out of there, and you're like, I don't know if this is going to go well. I don't know if this is going to be how I feel forever. It's like almost like gambling. You're gambling with something. You're taking a risk. You're taking a gamble on something that you've been avoiding. You need something to end. You need something to end, and I think the Chariot coming in, you know, you're taking off. That's what these two cards are indicating big time to me. You're taking a gamble, taking a risk by leaving, by moving on, by doing something else. Something has to die. But this is reversed too. This is very interesting, because you've got your Wheel of Fortune and your Chariot and your Tower all upright, but the Death card is reversed. So I think you're moving out, moving somewhere else, trying something else out, but you're not ready to end something fully, but you need a change of environment. You need to change. You just need a whole new environment to like process. You need to learn some stuff. You need to work on yourself. And I feel like you haven't been able to do that within the context of this situation in the past. So you don't really think that that's how it's going to work now, which I would, I would think the same thing if I were in your situation. But yeah, some things you need to figure out if you need to kill it to death. And I think maybe that's what's going on. So the Tower moment is still happening, where there's still a risk being taken and some sort of departure happening. But I think that is where you start to think about whether or not you need to kill it with fire until it's actually dead. I'm not sure that you are at that point in time, but you know that you won't be able to figure out what to do until you are back into your star wish fulfilling energy. And I think that's what's going on, is you're really hoping to get some more insight and clarity if you kind of move into the next phase, which is here with the Three of Wands. Because the Three of Wands is like new fucking beginnings and, looking out over yonder and like seeing what's possible. Also waiting for ships to come in, waiting for something to come get you, like you're waiting for something else, something big, something else is on the horizon and your eyes are, you're looking out for it, but you're also like, you're ready to move towards it if necessary. And so that's what I'm seeing. So this guy's stationed and he's standing on the, on the land, but there's a lot of movement coming through to me. And I'm feeling like this guy's like, he's waiting for, like his friend to come pick him up or something like that. Like you're like waiting for an escort or like a chariot. The chariot awaits you and you're like, you're getting ready. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a departure at this stage because you're being honest with yourself. You're being honest with yourself, and that's, it's the only way you're going to get any real clarity. Nine of Pentacles reversed, the World, Eight of Wands. Interesting. I'm getting strong relationship vibes here, so this could be a relationship that we've been talking about all along that you want to leave. And I think that you have this idea about this departure, that you're gonna feel all single and like, woo, I'm like hot single lady, but I'm not really I don't think that's what's gonna happen, to be perfectly honest. I think that once you get out there and you've departed, you have you realize a whole bunch of other different things that you need to make changes about and step on it. And you're gonna be like, okay, I was right that taking this step into a different direction was gonna give me like that powerful wish fulfillment and like energy towards, feeling like myself again and feeling more spiritual, but it's not coming through being single like I thought it would. So that's not the point. It almost like becomes, like it almost feels like looking at it like this is petty. And it's like, once you step out, once you move the chariot into a different direction, it becomes much bigger and more powerful for you. And that's when you can really see, the extent of it and the far-reaching implications of what stepping out meant and what you really want to do about it and how you really truly feel about it. And then you're going to want to, you're going to look at that and you're going to see, you're going to realize a lot of really, really important and heavy things at that time. And it's not, you're going to realize like, oh, that feeling of being single and like free, I don't actually even really like it. I don't want this. I'd rather go back to the way I was. I was happier before. I don't want to be 19 and single again because, who knows? Maybe you do. But honestly, I'm seeing that falling away as a factor really, really quickly, if that is a part of it. You got bigger fish to fry. Absolutely. And I see you recognizing that, and then because you're in this new situation, you have the space to be able to make those choices and make those changes for yourself. So I see you using that time in a really productive way. I don't think you're going to just sit on your ass and be like wallowing or being like, whatever, I don't have to do anything anymore. You're going to be like, okay, now I have the headspace to make some changes and really focus on getting right with myself. And that's going to be that's where you that's the only true way that you can get led to this wish fulfillment sort of like sense of like belonging with yourself and like real self-satisfaction and comfort within who you are. And you know, your behaviors, your values, and your actions all aligning and being of similar integrity, because that's what I think maybe you're missing, and that's what you want. You miss it. You don't like feeling like you don't have integrity. So yeah, I'm seeing some positives coming out of it, if this is in fact a reading for you. And I don't see the other person at all. This is totally all about you and your journey and what's going on with you. I'm not seeing another person at all right now. Maybe with the next few cards, but I don't know. This looks like it's all you. And the systems that you're going through, the recognitions that you are having, and it's going to be a very enlightening. You're going to see a lot of new things that you need to see. You really do. You need to see it. Strength card, what I say about integrity. 6 of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Wands reversed. It's gonna shake you up a little. You're kind of like, you're putting aside some stability in order to do this. You're putting aside some stability. You're taking some time for yourself, which may come across as like selfish, but really ultimately it's for the greatest good. Here with the Strength card, it is for your strength and your integrity. This really is a time of taking actions towards, like I said, aligning your behaviors and attitudes and values and actions all together so that they all align and create one strong, emotionally present, like, you know, powerhouse. And I think in order to get those things done, you're going to need to take away from a few aspects of your life. So you're going to need to just not, you know, you can't give to somebody else right now. You're going to need to be very like, I got to just focus on myself. Same thing here. Queen of Wands reversed. You're going to be a little destabilized and you're going to need to like, that's your focus. You can't, like, it's just not the time to like if this is a relationship and you're stepping out of it because you need to figure some stuff out, but it's not necessarily totally over, and you think that going off and being with somebody else is going to help, you're going to realize it's not going to help almost immediately. And because you're not going to be able to get what you want if you aren't being able to like put these cards into the reverse, because this is like a give and take. This is where you and another person are kind of like balancing things out and like having a healthy structured relationship, but it's reversed, and that's where it needs to be. Queen of Wands is all stable and, you know, has her shit together philosophically. But it's reversed. You don't need to like be working with somebody else right now. You don't need somebody else right now. You need yourself. She's alone. She's doing her thing. She's got her shit together and she's working on herself. She's not focused on another person. And that's where you are. I see you, you know, like I said, if there is another person involved, I don't think it's going to be there for much longer. Because you're gonna realize right quick, like, oh, this isn't actually helping my growth, because the whole reason why I needed to step out and start something different in the goddamn first place was for my own, you know, for me to get something out of this and grow as a person. And if I just step into another situation, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not getting anywhere in terms of growth. So yeah, shit's hitting the fan. I think you need to make some changes. So let's get some summation cards here, or just like wrap it up, or outcome cards, or maybe if we missed some messages, something else that we need to convey to Aries, please. What else do we need to say to Aries for this Mercury retrograde on June 18th? What these motherfuckers need to know. Hello. Hello. No jumpers. That jumper did not count. Didn't feel called to it. So there you go. There you go. Emperor reversed. Knight of Swords reversed. This isn't impulsive. This is something you've been thinking about for a while, whether you want to admit it or not. You've been planning for this and thinking about it, and you've almost been like, maybe even under the radar, secretly making, like, not making plans to leave necessarily, but like kind of secretly like thinking about how you're going to structure a life on the other side of this. How you're going to be, you know, financially independent again. But it doesn't feel impulsive. Like when you take your step out, it doesn't feel like you're just making this rash fucking decision, because your Knight of Swords is reversed. You know, he's not rash. He's always rash when he's upright, but he's not upright. You know, and this is your card, the Aries card, the Emperor, and he's reversed. So you're like making some plans here, and you're having some thoughts, and you're not doing anything impulsive, which is a good thing. I think that this decision that you make is a long time coming for you. But you know, it's okay. You've got some shit you've got to figure out. That's all that I'll say about it anymore, because it's clear to me that that's the case. You've got some shit you really need to figure out. And you're gonna be called to make the choices that facilitate that, essentially. So yeah, time to make some changes. Time to make the donuts. Oh, just kidding. Imagine if there was a person watching and they're like, I have a donut shop. If you do, please comment, because that's awesome. And I want some donuts. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you watched all the way through, clearly that means that it spoke to you in some way, or you know an Aries that this would speak to as well. So that being said, I have a full schedule up now that I'm back in action. I'm going to be making sure to post everything on time, hopefully. So yeah, I've got a full schedule in the description box below. I have an Etsy store in the description box below as well. I do personal readings if you like my speed, my style. My Instagram is down there also. And I think that just about covers it. So thank you so much for being here, Aries, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.